How can we give a red carpet treatment to our colonizer? How? It's like Israel giving a red carpet treatment to a neo-Nazi leader. It's the same thing. They killed us, they raped us, they did all those things, yet we're giving them a red carpet treatment. And let me tell you something about Ibrahim Traore. He has to be very careful now. He has to be very, very careful. I think that the reason why they don't want to get him, they didn't expect the whole of Africa to go to a protest.
Yes.
And then you know why Langley was fired? Because of how he handled the whole situation. So now they've put a white boy.
Yeah, man.
Now this one has no cultural ties, has no nothing. This one might actually be the one who does it. God forbid.
Yeah.
God forbid.
Kenya's pan-Africanism level is low. What do you mean when you say that?
We should understand that the biggest problem in Africa is not unemployment, it's not bad leadership, it's not corruption, but the biggest problem is the Berlin Conference, because it is still alive till this day. Neo-colonization is what people don't know. Now, people think Berlin Conference was just a plan so that they can just colonize Africa, and then that's it. One thing you need to understand, Lynn, about white supremacy, and I want everybody to know, white supremacy is very, very forward-thinking. I don't want to be the angel of doom, and I hope it doesn't come to light, but we are running out of time. The ferocity of white supremacy is increasingly going higher each and every day. Then also the ferocity of the Eastern powers is also increasing day by day. BRICS and the Western powers. Everybody wants Africa.
My guest today has said something very important, and he said neocolonialism powers bad leadership. Is that what you said? Bad leadership powers corruption. And even if we are dealing with politics right now, we have to be able to look at our level of pan-Africanism, especially we as Kenyans. Man, every time I get to have these conversations with people, I'm always full, because I keep saying the world wanted us to be quiet. But I have maintained on this platform, when we lose our fear, they lose their power. And how does that look like? That looks like us having conversations that are very thought-provoking, and conversations that we can be able to also hold ourselves accountable for. My guest today is an incredible person. You guys, when you go on his social media pages, he's doing everything possible to make sure that Pan-Africanism stays alive. And what role he's going to play on our platform today is that he's going to help us do the three things we are doing this season: learn, unlearn, and relearn. So without further ado, allow me to let him introduce himself so that he can be able to open our minds. And then at the end of the day, you guys can be able to tell me on the comment section what your take home has been from today's episode. Hello.
Hi, how are you, Lynn?
I'm good. Easy like Sunday morning, man. Easy like Sunday morning, bro. How are you feeling?
I'm feeling good.
Good.
I'm live in living color in LNN, and I'm happy to be here. Thank you.
Yeah, it's an honor for me also to get to have this conversation. I kind of feel like Pan-Africanists draw energy from each other.
We know each other.
Yes, you know each other. Sometimes when you are a bit low, I'll be looking at some of your pages. I'll look at David's page, and I'm like, man, these brothers are still going hard at it. So for me, it serves as that's how I make sure that I continue filling myself with good energy. But I know you. Maybe our audience are catching you for the very first time. So maybe looking at that camera, could you that one right there, introduce yourself and tell our people what you do.
Yes, my name is Orina, O-R-I-N-A. I'm a Kenyan Pan-Africanist, and I've been in the public space for around 3 years right now. But I'm really passionate about Pan-Africanism. I'm the founder of Sell Africa to Africans. That is my platform. And basically, my main goal is to link African diaspora and Africans. Because whether we like it or not, Pan-Africanism is the only thing that can make Africans realize true, real freedom. Because we were not given real freedom, we were given fake freedom. You know, there's a difference. Fake freedom is, you know, when you have goats. Goats can like roam and graze around a certain perimeter because there are fences barring them from going outside. That is fake freedom. That is what we are right now. Real freedom is when the goats are allowed to go wherever they want, however far they want, whichever time they want to spend outside, because real freedom has no limits.
Yeah.
And that is what we don't have. We have a lot of limits, and that is what I want to do. I want to make people realize what the real problem is here in Africa and in the African diaspora. Yeah.
Good. I appreciate that. You know, as we were talking before we started recording, I was telling you I had Bernard here on the show. And one of the questions I asked him was, when did the awakening happen for you? Because a couple of years back, we wouldn't be having these conversations. Man, I think we would be talking about Ronaldo or Akina Rooney or Manchester and Arsenal.
Yeah.
Nothing against those, but I'm just saying our scope of conversations would not be this, would not be about our freedom, would not be about fake versus real. For you, when did this awakening happen?
Form 4, I was 18 years old.
Yeah.
My history teacher, Mr. Simon, if you're watching, Mr. Simon, you're the reason why I'm a Pan-African right now. So in Form 4, there was a book called Evolving World.
Evolving World.
You remember?
Yes.
One of the last topics is called pan-Africanism and something. I don't know if you remember that. But they didn't go deep into pan-Africanism. They only mentioned 3 people. Sorry, yeah, the topic contained 3 people.
Yeah.
W.E.B. Du Bois, Booker T. Washington, and the Honorable Marcus Garvey. So you find that W.E.B. Du Bois gets 3 pages, Booker T gets 3 pages, and Garvey gets 3 pages. And at that time I said, nah, something is wrong. Now, even though I knew less about those 3 characters, I was like, something is wrong. But I knew the greatness of Garvey.
Yeah.
But I was like, why is this book containing 3 pages of Garvey? You know, Garvey is the reason why we are free right now.
Yes.
Garvey is the greatest Pan-African to ever live. That's why we call him the father of Pan-Africanism. He led a movement called the Universal Negro Improvement Association, the UNIA. It's the most powerful Black movement in the history of this world because it organized 10 million plus African people.
Yeah.
He did it without a cell phone, without an internet, he did it all by his sheer will, and people saw his vision because he never ever discriminated on religion or on all those other things that we see other Black freedom struggles you know, like focusing on. He just said, if you're Black, if we are all one, and we are all Africans, and we all have African descent. So back to my story, my history teacher, Mr. Simon, you know, those are one of those topics that, you know, mna kimbilia, so that we can finish the syllabus and then we start the revision for KCSE and all that. But he took his time. He you know, he was even going to the internet, searching Marcus Garvey's speeches. He was going to the internet, like, so he really took his time to explain who Garvey really is.
Yeah.
And at that time, that is the first time I fell in love with Pan-Africanism, because when I went home, I started researching more about Black history, about Marcus Garvey, about Malcolm, about Dr. King. Then here in Africa, Dedan Kimathi, Patrice Lumumba, Steve Biko, Kwame Nkrumah. Now, the more you learn more Black histories, the more you become empowered. You become, you know, like you become, you get this promising spirit.
Yeah.
But when you start learning about white supremacy, it starts breeding an anger.
Tell me about it.
Because white supremacy, now when you, then, so I started learning Black history.
Yes.
Then now you start learning white supremacy. The more you learn about the more you learn about white supremacy, is the more you start getting angry. Because you start learning about colonization, Berlin Conference, slavery, transatlantic slavery. You start learning about how they used to whip us in chains, how they used to hang us on trees, how they used to breed people like a bunch of dogs during the slavery period. The transatlantic slavery is the worst atrocity that has ever happened in the history of mankind. Worse than 9/11, worse than Hiroshima, Nagasaki, worse than anything you can ever think about. That is the worst massacre that has ever happened in it wasn't slavery, it was a dehumanization campaign. So when you learn that, and then when you learn about colonization, you learn about the Berlin Conference, how European powers sat down in Berlin 1884, 1885,
Yes.
and they decided this is how, and also American powers. See, people don't know that. People only think that it's just Europe. US was also a part of the meeting. Even though they didn't leave with the territories, they were a part of the meeting. They were very, very a part of the meeting. So they chopped up Africa into 54 pieces that we see now. And then, this ones go to France, this one go to Britain, this one goes to Germany, Spain, all that. And then now they come here, they steal our land, they steal our minerals, they extract. So when you learn all those things, and then some, they even more things that people don't know but happened, like what happened to Move in America, when the police department dropped a bomb on the places where they used to live, dropped a bomb on a black movement because they had suspicions that they were a terrorist group. So I can go the whole day talking about the brutality of white supremacy. That made me angry. So I started by just saying, no, I have to do something. So when I was in college, all I was doing is, in my page, I was posting clips in my Instagram page. That's how my Instagram page grew. Started posting clips of Dr. King, of Malcolm, of Garvey's speeches, even though there are no video speeches, there's audio. Quotes. Started posting all this stuff so that, as I was, like the way you were saying, learning, unlearning, and
relearning.
That was my my period. When I was posting these clips, I was like, yeah, this is good, but now I have to be involved fully. I have to show my face, I have to show my passion, I have to share my knowledge. However people are going to receive it, I don't care.
Yes.
I don't care if black people will like it or hate it. I don't care if white people will send me threats and all that.
Yeah.
And some of them do.
Drop a bomb.
Oh yeah. I'm just gonna do it, and whatever happens, happens. And that's how I started.
What threats do you get from white people?
Some of them, it's few. It's few. But it happens. When I'm very passionate. If you watch my videos, I'm very passionate.
That you are.
I'm very passionate, and I hold no punches whatsoever. So that is why some of them, very few, I can count them with one hand.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Not a matter. But let's go back to pan-Africanism, because one of the things that you and I have just come to agree on is Kenya's pan-Africanism level is low.
Yeah.
What do you mean when you say that?
It's low. Whenever we think about oppression, we think about bad leadership, we think about corruption. Those are very big problems, very big, and we should pay a lot of attention and energy to them. But we should understand that the biggest problem in Africa is not unemployment, it's not bad leadership, it's not corruption. Those are big issues. I'm not saying that we should relegate them.
Yes.
But the biggest problem is the Berlin Conference, because it is still alive till this day. Lynn, imagine if I come to your land and I divide it the way I want to divide it. And then I divide it amongst my friends. I say, you have 1 acre. A quarter of it goes to my mom, a quarter of it goes to my dad, to my uncle, and some of my friends. I don't care if it's your land. I'm just going to divide it just like that. How will you feel?
You know how it feels.
Yeah. So that's what happened in the Berlin Conference. Now let me tell you something about the Berlin Conference.
Let's go deeper.
When they were dividing Africa into 54 little pieces, they were planning for colonization and neo-colonization. Now, they were chopping up those borders so that, they didn't give a damn about the climate, the different climates we have here in Africa. They didn't give a damn about the empires we had, about our economic reality that we had before colonization. They didn't give a damn about our political systems that we had. They didn't give a damn about our social systems. They didn't give a damn about our kingdoms, our tribes,
Our culture.
our culture. They didn't care. Them was so they can divide and divide it amongst themselves as Europeans. Now that's for colonization.
Yes.
Neo-colonization is what people don't know. Now people think Berlin Conference was just a plan so that they can just colonize Africa and then that's it. One thing you need to understand, Lynn, about white supremacy, and I want everybody to know, white supremacy is very, very forward-thinking.
Calculated.
Very calculated. They're always 10 steps ahead or even more. When they said, the more we divide Africa, because they knew that we are not going to rule Africa forever. Like, they were not stupid to think that we are going to be in Africa forever and there'll be no resistance and there'll be no fighting. You know, they won't fight us. They won't, go to a campaign of them regaining their independence. They knew very well that one day these Africans are going to fight us and they will want their independence. So we have to plan on how we can rule them after they get their independence. So they said, when that day comes, we will install black leaders who are white inside. We will install black sellouts who will rule on our behalf. You see?
I see.
So that, because one thing you need to understand about colonization.
Yeah.
Towards its end, it was getting expensive to maintain these colonies. You see? So that was one of the reasons why they gave up so easily.
We got the independence.
Independence. So this is what they did. They installed black leaders who will serve their interests. They installed black leaders who will rule on their behalf. It will be less expensive.
Yes.
And number two, it will be easier because we will work from home. We will rule Africa from Europe. They planned this during the 1884-1885 Berlin Conference. So they were very, very forward thinking and they were very, very 10 steps ahead. Now that's one thing I want us to do. We need to be 10 steps ahead. The only way white supremacy can be defeated is through pan-Africanism. What is pan-Africanism?
Yes.
It is a unification of African people globally. The African diaspora, Africans in South America, Africans in America, Africans in Canada, Africans in Europe, Africans in Asia, Africans in the Arabian countries, Africans in Australia, the Aboriginals, Africans from all over the world. We connect economically, socially, and politically.
Yes.
Now, I'm not just a Pan-African. I'm a Pan-African nationalist. Because I also see some white people who claim they're Pan-Africans. Pan-Africanism is just a belief that all African people should unite economically, socially, and politically. But Pan-African nationalism is totally different. That's now the Garvey type of, that's Garveyism. Pan-African nationalism is, yes, we unite economically, socially, and politically, but we become self-determined.
Good.
We become self-independent. We become self-dependent. We believe that we get, like, in the quest of us getting freedom, we do it on our own and on our own only. We don't accept white help or Arabian help or Indian help or any non-black help. We do this on our own because we can. We are capable. We have everything at our disposal to do it. And then also, the reason why we are self-determined is because we don't want white people in our movements. Not because we hate them. Not because we discriminate upon them. We just, when black people want to do something for themselves, they term it as a hate group. But Jews do things on their own. Arabs do things on their own. Indians do. So when they do all these things, nobody calls them a hate group. But when Africans want to do things on their own, oh no, this is an extremist group. This is a hate group. No, we want to do this on our own because we can. Another thing about Pan-African nationalism is that we believe that once we reclaim Africa, once we get back our greatness, once we have detoxed Africa from neo-colonization, we need also to do it physically, which means that we need to take back what is ours. We need to take back all our land. Lynn, I know you know all these land issues. You cover it almost every day. We need to reclaim our minerals. We need to reclaim our important resources. There's no negotiating with thieves. There's, the way Bush said we can't negotiate with terrorists. It's the same thing. We can't negotiate with thieves.
Africa does not negotiate with thieves.
Yeah, it should be our anthem now. Yeah.
Hello there. Thank you so much for tuning in to today's episode. And I just want to take a minute of your time to talk to you about our sponsors of today's conversation. That is Tap Tap Send and Golden Dreams Land and Properties Limited. Now, if you are watching this from Diaspora and you want to send money to your loved ones back at home, try using Tap Tap. And if you use my promo code Lynn, the one that is on your screen right now, you will be able to get a bonus on the figures appearing on your screen. Remember, it's very fast, it's very reliable, and they also have great rates for you. So use Tap Tap Send to send money back home from Diaspora and definitely experience those great rates. But if you are thinking into investing in a piece of land, you can also check out our other partners at Golden Dreams Land and Properties Limited. Remember, they have land across the country. In Matu, they have the incredible Baraka Gardens. Guys, check them out. In Makutano, they have Success Gardens, and they also launched Ushindi Gardens. So please make sure that you check that out. In Masinga, they have Joy Gardens, and in Malindi they have Precious Gardens. So check out Golden Dreams Land and Properties Limited. Talk to them about their flexible payment plan and also how can you be able to just lipa pole pole. So check out Golden Dreams Land and Properties Limited and don't forget to talk to them about their flexible payment plan. Now let's go back to our conversation of the day.
We don't negotiate with thieves. You are a white man now in Ngugi. You inherited your land from your father who lived in the colonial times, or your grandfather who lived in the colonial times. Your grandfather or your father stole this land from the Maasais or from the Kikuyus or from whoever.
The natives.
Oh, yeah, or from the natives. Fine. Give me back my land.
Time's up.
Time is up. Time is up. There's no, we need the way Africa, one thing that pisses me off. Why do we need 10 conferences, TJRC, all these things? Why do we need 10 conferences to discuss neocolonialism or to discuss land, to discuss land that was stolen during colonial times? Why do I need to sit down with you and discuss about my land? It's ours. So we are taking it because it's ours. Point blank, period. Yeah.
Can't we forgive?
No, there's no forgiving.
Because it happened. People are moving on. Life is moving forward. We are now people of the same, earth. So can't we just forgive and let it go? Because again, if we say we're gonna go take our land, there'll be collateral. Is that a price we are willing to pay?
There's no forgiving, because why are we talking about forgiveness yet we're not talking about reparations? Give me back my reparations, then maybe I'll think about forgiveness.
Yeah.
Just maybe. But you can't tell me, first of all, how can I forgive you and you haven't even said sorry? You saw Charles, I don't like calling him king because he's not my king. Elizabeth is not my queen. I like calling them by their first names, Charles and Elizabeth. You see when they're asked about colonization, whether they can apologize, they can't even apologize. So why are we talking about forgiveness? They can't even acknowledge that it happened. You saw when Elizabeth died and how BBC was trying to sanitize her involvement during colonization. Are those people who we can accept forgiveness from them?
No.
And then Charles comes to Kenya and he receives a red carpet treatment. Lynn, there's sometimes when you get ashamed of being Kenyan and of being an African. When I saw that, I didn't even eat. I didn't even eat supper that day. How can we give a red carpet treatment to our colonizer? How? It's like Israel giving a red carpet treatment to a neo-Nazi leader. It's the same thing. They killed us, they raped us, they did all those things, yet we're giving them a red carpet treatment.
That doesn't make me emotional.
A red carpet treatment, like a celebrity. Like he did something good for us. I couldn't believe it. But it goes to show, when that happened, and we talk about it, and I've interviewed Bishop Nathaniel, the head of Israel United in Christ.
Yeah.
And by the way, I'm not happy what Kenyans did when they came and they threw rocks at them, tear gas flown, because him and his team were teaching about Black Jesus. And Kenyans were like, no, Black Jesus, no, si tumezoea do you know they threw tear gas here in Nairobi. I couldn't believe it. Anyway, that goes to show how in love we are with the white Jesus complex, which brings in white savior complex. I need the audience to go watch a documentary called Savior's Complex, something like that. It's on HBO.
Yeah.
It's about a white woman, Renee Buck, who went to Uganda. She ran an NGO, and she was pretending to be a doctor, treating kids, treating people. And she killed a lot of people, and people were just going to her because of this white savior complex we have. It is inside. Even me, as Pan-African as I am, there's, every single person has that little white savior complex, or that little white, that white savior complex in them. Every single person has it. As Pan-African as I am, as awake as I am, every single person needs to realize that white savior complex that is in you. You need to realize it, you need to accept it, and you need to make sure that you eradicate it. Sometimes, it creeps its ugly head. Sometimes you see a white guy in a bank, and he's given some privilege to jump the line. Or sometimes you see a white person.
Actually, you went too far. Or go to a restaurant, and there's a white group sitting there, and you are watching your black, your brother serving them first. I mean, I was with Wendy here the other time when we had a conversation, and she was talking about being in Mombasa, and she was in this Italian restaurant, and they could not serve her first because she was black, and she had to witness our own black brothers and sisters serving the people first, the white people first, before they could be able to attend.
Oh, that's Wayne testified.
Yes.
Yeah, huge fan,
I mean,
huge fan.
It's pathetic, because we do this to ourselves, and then we expect better from people who want to make sure that we remain colonized. How can I treat you better if your own brother and sister don't treat you better? What you've said, we all have that little, small, white complex in us that first we need to accept. We have. There's a reason why when you come here and a white person comes here, I'll be drawn towards first catering to them as compared to you. And I need to deal with that, and I have to hold myself accountable for that kind of crap,
Yeah, it happens. But when it happens, you need to realize, like when a white person is here and you're drawn to him, or there's a certain fear or a certain body reaction that you get. Fine, it's normal, because trauma is passed down from generation to generation. We need to accept that trauma, and then we need to shake it off. You're like, this guy is just human, just like me. He has a nose, he's just human, just like me. So I shouldn't treat him as something that is above me. If anything, if you study history, we are the ones who gave birth to them. We are the first people to grace this world. We are the fathers and mothers of civilization.
Yes.
We civilized white people. They, it's not, they're trying to twist history to a point where it's the other way around. We are the ones who civilized white people. We taught them how to cook. We taught them how to wash. We taught them how to, we taught them how to be civilized. And then look at what they did in return. They turned against us.
That's it. But look at us, because I loved what you said at the beginning. New colonialism powers bad politicians. Now we are at this part of bad politicians, because these are the ones who are, the black people who are given power to rule on behalf of the white people. How? Because these are among us. These are our brothers and sisters. How do we deal with the bad politicians?
Very nice. Now, I'm a Gen Z, I'm 25 years old. I actually realize that I'm one of the youngest outspoken Pan-Africans right now.
You are.
And it's crazy because a lot of Pan-Africans are in their 40s and 50s and 60s.
We're in our,
even 30s, but very few are in their 20s.
Yes.
And I'm 25, I'm a Gen Z. So, I've been in the streets a few times. We should go to the streets, because it seems like that's the only place where we get heard. But the same energy that we use in the streets is the same energy that we should use in organizing. The root of government is beyond repair. It's beyond repair. There's no way you can, forget about it. We're not going to get any change from them. Now we should start thinking about 2027 and other elections in future. Last year, during, after the June 25th protests, a video of mine went viral on TikTok.
Yes.
And I said that this is our time for us to organize. We shouldn't form political parties. We should form an organized voting bloc, a youth organized voting bloc, or anyone siding with the youth. Because political parties push personalities, but voting blocs push ideas. Now, my idea was this. We should form a youth organized voting bloc, whereby all the youth who are eligible to vote and any person siding with the youth from any generation, we form this voting bloc. We sit down, we lay down our issues. We say, sisi wote tunataka a good country. We want unemployment to end. We want corruption to end. We want these bad manners in politics to end.
Extrajudicial killings.
We want police
brutality.
It's not even brutality, it's police terrorism.
Yes. Actually, they are the terrorists.
Yeah. Because people go to the streets to protest peacefully, then they're the ones who start the violence. And then, of course, goons who are hired by the government. We don't need to
infiltrate the whole thing.
Yeah. So, the youth organized voting bloc, and anybody siding with the youth, we come together. We realize that with us coming together, automatically, just us coming together, we've formed the majority of the voting population. Just us coming together, just like that, we've formed almost 70 to 80% of the voting population.
Yes.
Now we say, let's lay down all the issues. Unemployment, how do we solve it? And in this voting bloc, we have experts as well guiding us. Political scientist experts, lawyers, economic experts from various fields, fields, they come. We lay down our issues, we lay down our solution. Come up with a good manifesto that will take this country to the next level. Then now 2027 comes, we tell Matiangi, we tell Omtata, we tell Gashagu, we tell Maraga, we tell all these guys who are vying, sit down with us. Because they'll be forced to sit down with us automatically. You know why? Because this youth voting bloc will automatically form the majority of the voting population. So in order for them to win, they have to sit down with us.
You gotta have a conversation.
Yeah, because if you want our vote, you have to sit down with us. Tell us your plan. If we see you're serious, okay, you tell us your plan. Then now, okay, this is now our plan. This is our MOU between you guys
and
us. Whoever wins, you have to heed by this MOU. Saying that you will do A, B, C, D for us. And if you don't do it within 2.5 years, you're gone. Not 5 years. We should start giving performance appraisal to our leaders. Because all they know is that, it's 5 years. No, 2.5 years.
Yes.
Let's see what you've done. If you don't do half or at least 70% of what is in this MOU, you're gone. You want our vote? You want our vote, yeah? Good. You have to do everything we say here. That is how you get their attention. You don't get their attention by forming political parties, and Morara forms his political party, then this guy forms another political party, then this other youth forms another political party. Then now the youth is fragmented because youth is divided now between this, an organized youth voting bloc with our issues, with our solutions, and any leader who wants to win an election has to go through us, has to sign this MOU.
Yeah.
And then we will give you our vote. Fine. We've known that you're the one, you're serious. We've vetted you. We know you're serious. You've signed this MOU saying that within 2.5 years, you will try your best to at least achieve 50 or 70%.
Yes.
Then we will allow you to finish your term. And maybe if you do it, we will give you a second term. That is why I keep on saying youth organized voting bloc pushes ideas. Political parties pushes personalities. I'm so sick and tired of us pushing personalities.
And you see, it has started.
It
has actually
started. So we are going back.
We are going back now. You know, I think, was it a post I saw yesterday? If you allow me, maybe by the time you get to watch this, that will be 5 or 4 days ago. Nyakundi posted something about Maraga. And if you read the entire statement, actually this is an individual opinion, there were a lot of valid points that we need to start looking at. But on the comment section now, there is this whole craze movement of it's Maraga. Maraga is the president of social media. I have nothing against the guy. I think he's an incredible person. I think we can be able to look back and see this is one man that stood with the nation. But we shouldn't be obsessed with just because he did this to an election, then we need to choose him. There should be a manifesto that we can all agree on. There should be what you've seen. This is what we want as the people of this country. Tell us what you can be able to do. This whole obsession with, I feel if we continue pushing him on people's throats, he's gonna lose. Because now we are again back to he's the lesser evil. And I don't think that's how we should be able to move. We should have MOUs. We should have manifestos. We should be able to actually have conversations on this is what I think Maraga can do and this is what I think he can't do. Let's invite him so that he can be able to tell us what can we. But we continue pushing the personality thing because now we think he's the lesser evil. He's gonna lose this. He's gonna lose this. Where else we need to give him an opportunity to tell us what can he do, and then we look at it and we are like, okay, I think we can actually give this guy a chance. But it shouldn't be shoved on people's throats just because you think he's the better candidate, because we do not question. We move with the wind. If today we feel it's Morara, all of us. If today we feel Ruto is the lesser evil, Uhuru must go. Look where we ended up. I don't think I want to go back to that again, honestly.
It needs to be performance-based. It needs to be ideas. It needs to be about principle, not about personalities. Where have personalities led us?
Nowhere.
There are some political leaders who I don't want to mention. We've been following them for 50 years, 40 years, 30 years, 20 years, 10 years. Where have they taken us? Because we haven't asked them, what are you going to do? We are just, this is our guy. That Mtuwetu syndrome. That's what we've been operating on. It needs to change. It needs to change.
Yeah.
Performance-based over personalities. That should be the hashtag, whatever. Performance-based over personality. Yeah.
I love that. But back to dividing Africa and then new colonialism, right? Because when I'm listening to you, I'm understanding, or I get this feeling that this is the biggest problem we have.
Yes.
Because look at us. I think Kenya now is a visa-free country for so many countries right now in Africa. But that's not the same with other countries across Africa.
Yeah.
How do we mend that? And do you think, I think where I feel heavy when it comes to pan-Africanism, we can have these conversations, but will they ever be a reality?
Traore is a reality. You see? If we have, let's say we have even 10 Traores, like, let's say we have Traore. very soon there will be 3 Traores. Very soon there will be 5 Traores, 7, 10, like that. It will happen. It will happen. Trust me, it will. Africa is slowly turning into a pan-African. Like they're asking a lot of questions. And when you ask a lot of questions, the way I remember I told you that when I was going through that moment where I was trying to figure out what is going on, digging deep into Black history, digging deep into white supremacy. Now that's the stage where I can see a lot of, especially African youth, but we need to do it quick. We need to do it fast, because we honestly, the way I'm seeing it, there will be a time where we will be at a point of no return. You see what's happening in Congo. Trump said, yes, I will broker your peace, but you have to give me your minerals. You know why he's doing that? Because China has been in Congo for a very long time. So he wants to overtake China's influence in Congo. That is why he's in Congo right now. The West and the East are not even hiding the fact that they want Africa. Africa is the girl that everybody wants. It's a beautiful girl.
She's a queen.
She's a queen that everybody wants, because if you rule Africa, you rule the whole world. Now the problem with Africans, or just Black people in general, all over the world, is that we don't look for power. We look for money. That's the problem. We are so money oriented. Money is good, but money shouldn't be the only thing you look at. White people always look for power. They've killed, they've destroyed for 400 years to get everything they want. Everywhere they've gone, they've destroyed in order for them to get power. They went to Middle East, they destroyed it. They went to South America, some parts they've destroyed it. They went to Africa, we don't even need to mention. They went to white people have everything they touch turns to dust. They've destroyed everything they've touched. That's how they've gotten power, because of their brutality. Now, Arabs are also looking for power as well. How? Through oil, and another thing, through sports. That's why Ronaldo is in Saudi Arabia. That's why Neymar is in Saudi Arabia. That's why Benzema, Saudi Arabia. And then also the World Cup was hosted in Qatar. Like, they're realizing that this can be the sports hub of the world. And they're really doing it very well, because they know that sports unites everybody. Whether I'm Black, white, Chinese, we all support Man U, we all support Arsenal, we all support Chelsea, we all support Barcelona, Real Madrid, and we can sit down and watch a match.
Yes, it humanizes
exactly.
us as
Exactly. So Arabs, oil, sports, that's how they're finding their space in this world. Indians, tech. If you look at the biggest tech companies in the world, their CEOs, most of them are Indians. Yes. Google, Indian. Microsoft, Indian. Adobe, Indian. Arista Networks, Indian. That's Arabians and Indians. China is one of those countries that planned long term. China was nothing. Nothing. In fact, Joseph Stalin, when he was president of USSR, which is now Russia, and then some other countries around them, he was really diminishing China when China was at the bottom of the bottom. Look at China now. Bedrock of manufacturing. So they're finding their power in world through manufacturing and through giving loans that Africans cannot pay, so that we can forever be indebted to them. The more we are indebted to them, the more they rule us, the more they take our important infrastructure. That is how China is finding space in this world. Everybody is looking for what power do I have in this world? Everybody is looking for power through their various fields, be it in tech, be it in sports, be it in manufacturing. But Black people are the only people who are not looking for power. We are looking for people to have power over us.
Yes, as long as there's money in it.
As long as there's money in it. We are so money oriented.
Climate, look at it.
Look at the climate change. And I know you've talked about it.
Yes.
We are so, let me tell you, money will destroy us. Even sometimes money looks at Africans and be like, hey, you guys are overrating me. Money is good, but the way we use money is now a big problem. These politicians with red bottoms, with their $1 million suits.
Yeah.
But your constituents are dying there.
Sleeping hungry.
They're
no
sleeping
jobs,
hungry.
no nothing.
No shoes. Money is our downfall because of how we look at money. Money is important, but how you look at it is even more important. We need to look at money as a means to have power. Means to have power. White people are so money oriented. Let me tell you the nature of white supremacy. Now, for people who don't know what white supremacy is formed by white families, powerful white institutions and individuals who have maintained that white supremacy status for over 400 years. Now, if you go to CNN, whatever, Fox News and all that, they will tell you that white supremacy is the Aryan nation, the KKK, the Ku Klux Klan, the neo-Nazis. They will tell you that those are white supremacist groups. Those are the ones who are pushing white nationalism, and those are the ones who are the racist people. Yeah, true. But who are the real white supremacists? You can't tell me that white supremacy is being headed by a bunch of KKK and a bunch of rednecks who can't read and can't write, who can't write any policy, who live in a trailer park somewhere. No. The real white supremacists are the global financial institutions, the Council of Foreign Relations, the Trilateral Commission, the Bilderberg Group, the Roman Catholic Church, and some others, the Rothschilds, the Rockefellers. The Rockefellers actually reinvented how education should be. It should be, the Rockefellers reinvented education to being training kids to become workers, not owners. And that's what he said. I want a nation of workers, not owners. Because if they become owners, they'll compete against me. And I'm a billionaire. I don't want people to compete against me. I want to teach them how they can work in my factories.
There you go.
Those are the real white supremacists. They never tell you about the Rothschild. They never tell you about the Rockefeller. They never tell you about the Bilderberg Group. They never tell you about the Roman Catholic Church. They never tell you about the global financial institution, the World Bank, the IMF. Those are the real white supremacists. Why? Because they are working day and night to ensure that the others are down and white supremacy is up. Now, the nature of white supremacy, it's brutal, it's power hungry, it's manipulative, and, I'm forgetting the other one. Okay, let me explain those three. Maybe I'll remember the other one.
Okay.
It's brutal. I don't even have to explain to you how white supremacy is brutal. Hiroshima, Nagasaki, Hawaii, how they got to rule Hawaii, the Berlin Conference, the transatlantic slave trade. That's the nature of them. They are brutal. They will do whatever it takes to make sure that they get and maintain power. That's the nature of white supremacy. Number two, they're power hungry. They will do anything to get power, even killing their own to ensure that they maintain power.
Yes.
Number three, they are manipulative. They manipulate other people to maintain their survival. Look at how they manipulate our leaders. Look at how Ruto was manipulated into taking our police officers to go to Haiti. And let me tell you something. When I saw that, now, Haiti is the reason why we are here right now. Because Haitians were the first group of Africans to attain freedom. They were the first people to successfully attain freedom from Europeans. They set up a foundation of Nat Turner. They set up a foundation of Mau Mau. They set up a foundation of all these revolutions that we see afterwards. It all started with the Haiti. Now look at what we are doing to them. White supremacy is manipulative. The other one I'm forgetting.
Do you want to check it out?
Yeah.
Let's do it because it's beautiful.
Let me check.
It's okay. No pressure.
I switched off my phone. Anyway, it's okay.
Okay.
It's okay. Yeah, so power hungry, manipulative, and brutal. They will do whatever it takes to ensure that they uphold those three natures to maintain their power. Now, what I want Kenyans to understand is the reason why Africa is the most disorganized, is the most disrespected, is the most disunited, is the most disenfranchised, is the most, it's all the this, is because of one thing. We are not united.
Yeah.
We are not embracing pan-Africanism. And pan-Africanism doesn't just mean that 54 African countries need to unite and have a common currency and have a common political structure,
Yes.
have a common infrastructure, have a common economy, have a common social system. We know each other. It doesn't just mean that. It also means that we need to unite with the African diaspora. Now, I know you know Kia from Traverse.
Yes.
Very good friend of mine. In fact, I'm an ambassador for the Journey Back to Eden that is hosted by Traverse Culture.
Good.
I'm very, very deep into, and I talk to African Americans almost every day. I am very, very deep into us accommodating African diasporans into Africa. And I always tell African Americans, and I know you have some of them in your audience.
Yeah.
Don't listen what these tribalists tell you over there, that you're not an African, that you came from Native Americans, or I even heard somebody say that they came from aliens or something. Like, look,
Yes.
you are not any of that. Don't listen to all those guys.
Yeah.
You are an African. Africa is your birthright. We love you, and you know what? We miss them. We miss them. This is your home. Form a connection with the motherland. If you don't have the capability to come here physically, at least form a connection socially. Have some friends here. Talk to them every day on Skype, on Zoom. You watch the African news, like, be in tune with Africa.
Form a community.
Form a community.
Form
a community. Africa is your home. Don't even listen to continental Africans who are telling you that you're not an African. Don't even listen to them. This is your birthright.
Yes.
This is your home. Come home, stay here. If you can, invest here. Form a connection in however way you can. Now, for those who don't want to come to Africa, for those who don't identify themselves as Africans, fine, you stay there.
Live your life.
Stay there with Trump.
Yes.
Stay there with Charles. I don't like calling him king. Stay there with police terrorism. Stay there with mass incarceration. Stay there with racism in the economy.
Yeah.
Stay there. You stay there. Stay there. We are only accepting African Americans and Africans in the diaspora who identify as Africans, who love Africa, who want to form a connection with Africa, and who are serious about coming to Africa and just forming a connection because they are Africans. But if you don't want to come to Africa because you think you're not an African, and you think you know that you're some Native American or whatever, fine, you stay there. But you just know that you're not safe there as well. You're more safe here than you are there.
Yeah.
You don't know when Iran will drop a bomb. You don't know when Russia will drop a bomb. You see what's happening now. You're not safe there. And during the 2020 Black Lives Matter protest, you don't know when you'll be the next George Floyd, under the knee of a white police officer. You don't know. This is where you're safe. Yes, we have problems here. Yes, we also have some violence here, but you are more safe here. If you analyze carefully, you are more safe here than you are in America or in Europe. Come home. Come home.
Yeah. I've seen a lot of Pan-Africanism movements being overshadowed by people who claim, Pan-Africanists are just full of conspiracy theories, or these are people who do not want to move forward. What do you have to say?
Pan-Africanists are the only people who want to move forward. if you're not believing in pan-Africanism as an African, then how can you move forward? You know, we've been in this topic of racism and all that.
Yeah.
We right now, since the 60s, we have been in an integration type of system, whereby we have integrated with white people in Africa and in the diaspora, economic-wise, political, you know, like social-wise, we have been integrating with them. Even in America, in the civil rights movement was about integration. Where has that led us? 70 years later, is racism still alive? Is police brutality still alive? Are people still being killed? Is racism in the economy still alive? Is miseducation still alive? Is self-hatred in the African community globally still alive? So in short, integration hasn't worked. In fact, it has pulled us behind.
Yeah.
So it's time for us to incorporate pan-Africanism. It's time for us to disassociate with people who have been oppressing us and who have been on our necks for 400 years. It's time for us to form our own reality. There's no conspiracy theory in that. You know, let's go back to what I was saying. Whenever we say that we want to be self-determined, we want to rule ourselves, we want our own institutions, we want our own everything. Now we are conspiracy theorists and we're extremists and hate groups. But you know, you didn't say that when Arabs are fending for themselves. You don't say that when Asians are fending for themselves. You don't say that when other communities are doing it, when Latinos are doing it. You don't say that when Africans are doing it.
Yes.
You know why? The white supremacy knows that its kryptonite is pan-Africanism. Because if African people unite globally, especially economically, then politically, then socially, if they detox from decolonization and from slavery and from post-traumatic slavery disease and from post-traumatic colonization disease, then we have one economy, one currency, one all that, white supremacy will end.
Good. But how do we deal with the black elite? Because one of the questions I know someone watching might ask, I mean, take Kenya as an example. Who has wealth here? Maybe 4 or 5 people in this country own 90% of this country. Go to Ghana, go to South Africa, you know, go to other African countries. How do we deal with us now? Because before we can be able even to address ourselves coming together, we have collaborators in us. We have people who decided thousands and thousands of acres of land will belong to them and no one else, right? So how do we deal with these people who within us we rightfully consider enemies of the movement?
You remember what I told you about the youth organized voting bloc?
Good.
That is how we choose leaders who are going to work. Okay. We don't push personalities. We push ideas, make them sign an MOU. Once we trust them, we give them our vote as a collective, as an organized voting bloc. They have to heed by this MOU. Now, one of the things that I would like us to write in the MOU is, number one, reducing salaries of politicians by even more than 50%. You can't tell me that MPs, our MPs are some of the best paid in the world.
I mean,
yet all they do is nothing. All they do is
wear Louis Vuittons and belts and watches
and red bottoms. No.
Actually table bills in parliament, because then we need to restrict these very important areas from these animals that are coming to demonstrate. You know what I mean?
There's no way they can earn all that money and all those privileges. I just heard Gloria Oroba saying the other day that they get, what, $1,300 whenever they go outside?
Yeah.
We can't. No. We need a system whereby even an MP gets 300,000 a month or 200,000 a month.
That's actually a lot.
It's even
150,000.
Even 150,000.
Yeah, we'll cater for the health insurance and the rest, but take home 150,000.
The highest paid should be the president getting 400,000.
You think so? Maybe 260.
Let's give him 300,000. Let's give him 300,000.
Yes.
The highest paid should be the president with 300,000.
Yeah.
When we do that, you will have MPs, MCAs, governors and senators and MPs who are going there to work because they know, mshahara wangu itakuwa 100K.
Yeah.
I even earn more than that in my business or in places where I used to work before I became an MP. So you're going there not for that salary, not for that those privileges and all those allowances, to work. So that's one of the first things. Number two, before we even touch the land of these people who own all this land in this country, we need to reclaim all the white land. And like I said, and I'll repeat it again, there's no negotiating with thieves. Just like what Bush said, there's no negotiating with terrorists. We can't negotiate with thieves. Mugabe tried it in Zimbabwe.
Yes.
They put sanctions on him. Fine. And I know that's what African politicians are scared of.
Yes.
The sanctions. But if we unite, if we say, you know what, to hell with these Western people, how long will they rule us? To hell with these Eastern people as well. Because they think they have a chance and they think they can replace the West.
Yes.
Let's form our own reality. Fine, they'll give us sanctions. But if we unite, and if we have one currency, if we have one economy, if we do what Kenya did the other day, which is lifting all travel restrictions, and now we can move and know each other and interact with each other and trade with each other. If we do all those Pan-African things, then Lynn, we are sanction proof. And I said it, I've been saying it in my channel. Africa is sanction proof if we unite and form a common economy. Africa is we are the only continent that can survive on its own. We have everything we need to survive. We have all the minerals we need to survive. We have we have the most fertile soils. We have the best minerals, and we have more minerals. We have a young population. 70% of African population is under 30.
Yeah.
No continent has that. We have all these advantages over other people. We need to realize it, and we need to just, sometimes, can I curse in this show?
Go on. Sometimes
we just need to say, we are too scared to do things. No, we need to say, let's do it. I'm sick and tired, Lynn. Every time I go to my channel and talk about these things, I repeat it over and over again for the past 3 years. I get tired. I get tired because we're not moving forward. And the things that I'm talking about are the things that Malcolm X was talking about in the 60s, are the things that Stokely Carmichael was talking about, are the things that Patrice Lumumba was talking about, Steve Biko was talking about. So is there progress if I'm repeating what people were saying 50 or 60, 70 years ago? I don't want this, and I've always said it multiple times. People keep talking about black excellence. Oh, black excellence, black excellence. What do you mean black excellence? When they see Jay-Z, when they see Beyonce,
black excellence.
Or when they see Burna Boy, or when they see all these, all our black successful people, they say black excellence. That's not black excellence. Black excellence cannot be individual based. Black excellence, the true black excellence, is community based. If we all win, that is black excellence, not when some people win. If we all win, and the only way we can realize black excellence is by uniting and by being serious about what we are doing. But first we need to unite. We need to get all our petty differences. Marcus Garvey said, the African is cursed with petty differences. And that's what we need to do.
Yes.
We need to, we have differences. I mean, even in Europe, they have differences, but they don't have borders. They travel, easily amongst each other. They have one currency called the euro, and then they're the same people who, when you ask them about a common African currency, they'll say, well, it's hard. You people need to, no.
It's very hard,
Hard? Was it hard for you? No.
Why are you making me this angry?
No. Now listen, Lynn, listen.
Got you.
We need to, black excellence is not when a few black people in Africa or in the African diaspora are winning, is when all of us are winning. I want us to inherit black excellence. I don't want, what we've been doing is inheriting the black struggle. I don't want Africans to inherit the African struggle. I want them to inherit the African excellence. I want black people to inherit African excellence, not the African struggle, not the black struggle.
I love that. When it comes back to us taking back what we know is rightfully ours. I mean, in a conversation with Mike Harris, one of the things he said in that show is that he's legally here. You know, he has the title deeds, he has the documentation. If anything, his family played a huge role in introducing, I think, macadamia or pineapples, one of those things, you know, played a huge role in bringing some of these things that Africans now enjoy to the motherland. How do you handle this legally now? How do you take back land? I mean, what's happening in Zimbabwe right now? They are being forced to compensate for the peoples whose land had, you know, the infrastructure. I mean, I'm looking at Zimbabwe right now and I'm like, you're compensating for what again? But how do we handle that now?
It's the same thing with Haiti and France.
Yes.
When Haiti was forced to pay reparations to France, to their colonizer, for the damages they caused during the Haitian Revolution. How can I pay reparations to my colonizer? Anyway, going back to that.
Yeah.
You said about how do we legally take back our land? Well, Lynn, if I come to your house and I steal your television and your couches, like, are you going to organize 5 or 6 or 3 meetings, and are you going to have some master classes? Are you going to have all these high class to discuss that you have my TV,
Yes,
you have my couch, so let's discuss on how you can return it back? It's mine. I'm just gonna take it because it's mine. There's no negotiation here, there's no meetings, there's no...
Yes.
It's African land. And if it's African land and you didn't pay a single coin, I don't care how many pineapples or macadamia you've brought, and I don't care how many charities you've made, I don't care about that. You know, and then, no, I don't care about that. You stole African land, return it back, or we will take it. There's no other way around it. There's no other way. Is that Mike, the old white guy? That was. I watched the episode. That's I told you before we started.
Yes.
That's my favorite episode from you.
Yeah.
He was talking about charity. He was talking about all the things that he has done for Kenya, and so that is the reason why he doesn't want to return the land, because he thinks that he has made contribution to society.
Yes.
I don't give a about that. You stole African land, you return it back. I don't give a shit about how many no, I don't care. I don't care about your charity. I don't care about that. Return it and return it now. With African people who have also stolen land, we need a leader who is courageous enough to take it as well. You are just the same as these white people who stole it. You stole African land, return it back, or we will take it from you. We need leaders who, like I said, who can be able to say, yo, enough is enough. We can't organize these meetings and then we set up you know what they'll do?
Yeah.
A commission. Whenever you hear a president, and that happens all over the world, be it in America, in Africa, whenever a problem happens, set up a commission of 12 people, 12 experts who will investigate, come up with the findings, and then they come up with a report.
Yeah.
How long do those commissions take? Years. We don't have years. What are you talking about? Whenever you hear a president or anybody saying, I'm setting up a commission, that person is not committed to solve that problem. Is not committed to solve that problem.
But then again, another question I encounter, especially when it comes back to us taking back our land, if you go back to our conversation with Mike Harris, of course, the reaction was very, mixed reaction. And there are people who are like, no, he shouldn't give back the land, because even if he gives back the land, it will be taken from him by another bad politician.
Okay.
That we are never going to actually enjoy the benefits of that land. Again, case in point, Zimbabwe. every time I did a video, especially around Zimbabwe, right? Because again, they say black people are lazy and white farmers are the reason Africa is progressing, matters agriculture. And some of the comments that you get to see were, look what happened to Zimbabwe. They asked for their land, they got their land, and now it's a pretty much messed up country. But people don't want to address the sanctions. They don't want to address the politicians that were given the land, right? So how do we navigate that into making sure that if we are fighting to get back our resources, then these resources are allocated to the right people?
We need to, first of all, that, you see, when I talk about the youth organized vote,
I love that.
you remember when I talk about the MOU?
Yeah.
These are some of the things we need to figure out. Which leaders are going to actually use this land correctly?
Yes.
Who are going to use it for development? Who are going to use it for housing? This affordable housing thing that the government is doing. All this land that is just here in Nairobi, just here lying flat, you know, and some of them are being stolen by these people. That's how you solve affordable housing. Housing cannot, affordable housing cannot be solved without availability of land. Some of these politicians or some of these big business people who are friends with politicians who have helped them steal land, they have all these hundreds of acres of land, and they've only used 5% of it. The other 95 is to take their friends, hey, come and see my land. I'll even give you a tour. Twende tour nikuonyeshe vile hii shamba yangu iko. You have only used 5%. 95% inakaa tu hivyo. All this, that's primitive accumulation of wealth. Hii land yote unaiba, utafanyia nayo nini? So that's what we need to do. We need a leader who is courageous enough to take all that stolen land and use it for things like affordable housing, to use it for development, to use it for things that will, that will change Kenya. But not ati unachukua so that wewe pia, first of all, you take it from them, so that iende kwako, from one thief to another. No. Those are the things that we need to set up in this MOU. And that's one thing I'm very passionate about. Me, I'm so sick and tired of these politicians. We've been following all these politicians for 50, 40, 30 years, 20. It's the same club. You think they hate each other.
They're working together.
But they're working together.
Scenes.
Their wives are in the same chama.
They go to the same church.
They go to the same church. They go to the same salon. So now these politicians, they golf in the same golfing place. Their kids go to the same school. They talk to each other every day. And let me tell you something. You see, also these ones who we are saying that these are the ones who are, even Gachagua talks to Ruto. I'm telling you this. These guys are running a game on us. The Gachagua, I am, if not 190% sure that Gachagua talks to Ruto every, hey, ukwaje? Enyewe ulinitoa vibaya, lakini ndakupata tu.
Yes.
They talk to, these guys are friends. This is all a game. Raila and Ruto, 2022 when there were Raila, was it 2022 or 2021? When there were Raila protests, people said, Raila will never ever join with Ruto.
Look at them now.
They still keep that connection from when they were together during 2007, 2008, Pentagon, or DM. These guys are friends. And then you are there fighting for them after every election. Unaenda kwa street saying, mi niko na Baba, mi niko na Ruto, mi niko na so and so. You're going to put your life on the line for a politician. You never put your life on the line for a politician, because they'll never put their life on the line for you.
Do you think this is a shocker? That, not to say you are just using your age as a reference, that they have 25-year-olds talking like this and expressing themselves this way, such a time like this? Do you think this is really a shocker to these people?
Yes. Well, you remember last year they were saying, tuni watu wa TikTok, KFC, iPhone.
I know.
And look what happened in 25th June. They were running in the, wanapitia kwa, was it the bunker or whatever?
The tunnels,
the tunnel, whatever. Young people, especially Gen Zs, don't care. As generations go by, is the more courage builds. Gen Alpha
Yeah.
is worse than even Gen Z. Now that one I can tell you for sure. And if you think that Gen Z ni mbaya, hujona Gen Alpha. And if Gen Zs ruin the country, for Gen Alpha will eat us alive. So, is it a shocker? Yes, but you know, the thing about me is that I've always been a guy who's questioning things.
Yes.
From when I was a teenager, I've always been a news junkie. I've always been an information junkie. I've always been a reading guy. That's just me. Then when that Pan-African switch was turned on, game over.
Game over.
Yeah, but you need to have the hunger for information. Yes, Gen Zs, we are fired up. That's good, but we also need to sit down and internalize information and internalize ideas and to sit down and organize. Then when we have the information, when we have the organization, then now we use even the fiery energy. The fiery energy will fuel the organization and it'll take us far. But if you're just using energy to go to the streets every day, it's not sustainable. Because fine, we are going to the streets and we should go to the streets, but we should also use that energy to organize. Organize. Like I said, a youth organized vote.
Yes.
Not pushing,
Personality.
but pushing ideas.
Yeah. Great. Maybe before I let you go, because I want you to talk to us about not an ad, but sell African to Africans, right? How do we deal with people who are infiltrating the movement? I mean, look at Ruto, fronted himself as a pan-Africanist. Look at him right now, a big joke, right? How do you deal now with people who are infiltrating this movement and making pan-Africanism look like a joke?
Well, now I remember when Ruto came in, he started talking about all these things. Now look, there are two theories. Yes, the theory that everybody knows is that, of course, he was just, like pretending and all that. But what if he was real? What if he really meant those things? And then white people came in, wakamwambia where? Chunga. Ama, take this. Ama, yani, what if they came and corrupted? And that's what happens within African leadership as well. Or two things can be true at the same time. Maybe, yes, he didn't mean it, and when they saw him talking like that, wakamwambia where?
Come.
Or you'll end up like who? Gaddafi.
I've never actually looked at it that way. I actually think that's what happened.
Either one of them happened, or two things happened at the same time. Now look at Gaddafi, killed by a black president, Barack Obama. And by the way, I'm not an Obama fan.
Me too.
I'm not an Obama fan. I know Kenyans worship him like
our
the
obsession.
Second, but me, no. And I know, and I'm half Luo.
Yeah.
I'm half Luo, half Kisi.
Yeah.
But I don't care about that. I don't
actually think it's a tribal thing.
Yeah.
I think when people go and dig so many of the things that he has done, you stop being a fan.
Yeah, you stop.
Because I was a fan.
Everybody was
a fan. Now I'm not, and that's the whole thing I'm telling you. We need to stop being obsessed with someone simply because we think there is a connection. Personality.
Obama did nothing for black people. 8 years. Listen, I don't care for my half Luo lineage. If they get mad at me, I don't care. At this point, Lynn, I'm just getting fed up. I don't care. Sometimes you just need to call it as it is. Obama didn't do nothing for black people. He was there for 8 years and he did nothing, absolutely nothing for black people. I always say, fine. You're a puppet. You were picked by the powerful, rich white people who own America. Fine, no problem. But at least pick one problem. There are many black problems, from the economy, from miseducation, from unemployment, from housing, from all these things. Pick one problem and solve it. You couldn't even do that. Yeah. And that goes to show me that it's either, another thing is when he was campaigning, he had no black plan. But black people voted for him just because of simply him being black. You never vote for a person just because of his physical features. I don't care if he's white, black, Asian. Every single community votes for people because they are going to do something for their community. That's what Jews do. That's what Latinos do. That's what Arabs do. That's what even the LGBTQ does. Everybody does that, except from black people. We are too narrow-minded. We are too narrow-minded, and it needs to stop. And honestly, I just keep on saying that I don't want to be the angel of doom, and I hope it doesn't come to light, but we are running out of time. The ferocity of white supremacy is increasingly going higher each and every day. Then also the ferocity of the Eastern powers is also increasing day by day. BRICS and the Western powers. Everybody wants Africa. They can do anything for Africa. And nowadays they're not even hiding. Back in the day, in the Cold War, whatever, they used to hide. And then, if you're keen enough, you'll notice. But now they're not even hiding. Look at Trump. The Congo and Rwanda sign a peace deal, then he's saying, hey, I got minerals out of this, and he's laughing, and that made me angry because he's just there laughing with the loot. He's like, hey, look, I did it, and he's not even hiding. And that makes me really, really sad because the ferocity of white supremacy is growing day by day, and we're just sitting here, apart from a few people who are doing a good job like Ibrahim Traore.
Yeah.
And let me tell you something about Ibrahim Traore. He has to be very careful now. He has to be very, very careful. And I think that the reason why they don't want to get him is because they know that if they get him, the way they didn't expect the whole of Africa to go to a protest.
Yes.
Now when they saw that, they backed away. They're like, hey, where?
This is a no-go zone right now.
This is a no-go zone. And then you know why Langley was fired? Because of how he handled the whole situation. At first he was fiery, then he went to Citizen and started backtracking everything he said.
Yes.
Trump was like, "Where? I sent you there to kill Ibrahim Traore,
and you are here now
and you're here backtracking. You're fired. Get out.
Get out."
So now they've put a white boy.
Yeah, man.
Now this one has no cultural ties, has no nothing. This one might actually be the one who does it. God forbid.
Yeah.
God forbid. God forbid. Yeah.
Good. I think the essence of these conversations, because I know we are fired up, but I always say 2 or 3 people get to change their mind, and they get, and I think for me, what I love about even the whole Gen Zs, they do not have attachments to wealth. I think for you guys, few things matter. Right? As we said, power is what majority of you are after, not money. And this is why it's really hard for people to convince you otherwise, to give you few cents and But I love these conversations because at the end of the day, we get to change a mind or two. But you have an initiative. Would you briefly talk to us about that?
So my platform is called Sell Africa to Africans.
Yeah.
Sell, S-E-L-L, Africa with a K.
Yes.
Sell Africa to Africans. The reason why I made Sell Africa to Africans is so that I can link African Americans, African diasporans and Africans together.
Yes.
Because that is the ultimate goal. I link it through my harsh commentary. I link it through preaching pan-africanism every day. I link it through me being an ambassador to Journey Back to Eden, with Traverse. And I link it through having conversations with various Pan-Africans who also believe in the same ideology.
Yeah.
We are reaching one mind at a time.
Good.
And I have a lot of things planned out, but I just have to make sure that because we're in the beginning stages, you get the foundation right, so that the other things can fall on top. But the reason why people ask me, why do you name it Sell Africa to Africans? Because that's what we need to do. For all these years, we've been selling Africa to Europeans.
Yes.
We've been selling Africa to Chinese people. We've been selling Africans to Americans. We've been selling Africans to Arabians. Now it's time for us to reclaim Africa. Then we sell it to ourselves. It's not just selling Africa, it's selling African pride to ourselves.
Yes.
It's not just selling African pride, it's also selling African essence, selling African love back to ourselves. I got the name Sell Africa to Africans from a Gavi quote, where, if I'm paraphrasing, he says that we need to sell Africanity back to the African.
Wow.
Yeah.
Love it.
And Gavi, people need to research about Gavi. For as long as I'm alive, I'll keep on mentioning his name, and I'll keep on saying that people need to mention Gavi. The Pan-African colors are red, black, and green. If you look at my logo, Sell Africa to Africans, Sell is in red, Africa is in black, and then the other Africans is in green. It has to be in that order, red, black, and green, RBG.
Yeah.
Those are the Pan-African colors that Gavi invented. Red means African blood. Now, not many of us are blessed with the pigmentation that I have.
Yes.
We have light skin, we have caramel, we have different shades of black. But what unites us, we have even albinos, but what unites us is the African blood, African genetics. In African women, we have the mitochondrial DNA. The mitochondrial DNA is the only DNA that the black women are the only people who have the mitochondrial DNA. So it's the African blood, and the mitochondrial DNA proves that black people are the first women to grace this world. It's the Eve gene. So the African blood is the most important thing. That's red. Then follows black. That's now this pigmentation. Yeah. The original pigmentation of the first black man. There's a reason why Gavi put black below red. Red comes first because of colorism. We are two colorists. You know, we have light skin supremacy, we have dark skin supremacy. African blood is what is important, not the pigmentation, not the shade of black. African blood. So it's red, black, the green is the economy. Yeah. But look, green is at the bottom. In a tree, what's at the bottom?
Yes.
The roots, the foundation. The foundation of Pan-Africanism is the economy. That's why green is at the bottom, so that it can hold the other things on top. So that's why I made Sell Africa to Africans, to change one mind at a time. And I'd like everybody, if you can go, please support. Just go to YouTube, type Sell Africa to Africans. Not Africa with a C, Africa with a K. Subscribe, watch everything. If you want to dislike all of them,
go do
it. But at least something, you know, even if they watch and dislike,
they watch.
One day when they're eating or when they're just in their nothing box, they'll be like, wow.
They are what?
Yeah, you know, every man
has a nothing box.
Has a nothing box.
Yes.
Ukiona tu mwanaume amezuba. Most of the times, or even some of the times, si hatufikiriangi anything. We're just peacefully in our nothing box. So when you're in your nothing box, one day you're like, oh, Orina alisema nini hapo. So that's the only thing I want you to do. Just me, I inspire people to think. I don't tell people what to think. I just inspire you to think. Whether you agree with me or not, fine. But at least I've inspired you to think.
Love that. You forgot to tell them to follow you on Instagram.
Yes. Oh, yeah. My IG.
But it's on the screen right now.
Yeah.
The YouTube channel is also on the screen right now. Do you have a website?
Not yet.
Yes.
Not yet.
All right.
So it's YouTube, and Sell Africa to Africans. Yes. IG at Official Orina. And TikTok at Official Orina.
Yeah. X?
No, I'm not on X.
Why? Okay, options.
Yeah.
Okay, preferences.
Yeah.
All right. I appreciate you for coming.
Thank you.
Something
Thank you
tells
so
me
much.
this is not the last conversation we are having together. You are such a great vibe to sit with. You know,
thank you.
You keep challenging me even as I sit on this side. And I think that's what your conversation does. It helps change a mind, one conversation at a time, you know. I'm looking at things a bit differently now because of some of the conversations we are having. I mean, when you say the ferocity of white supremacists keeps, you know, we don't have time. And that's the truth. And we have to admit to ourselves we do not have time.
We don't have time.
you challenged me when you said, why do we have to continue repeating conversations of the 60s, the 70s, the 80s, the 90s? Look at us, we are actually heading to 2026, and we will just keep having the same conversations. Something has to change.
Something has to change.
Something has to change. So I know this is not the last conversation we are having together. Honestly, I would love to have a seat with you again and just have another thought-provoking conversation.
No,
I can't wait to see people's views on the comment section, because I know they've picked something. But before I let you go, if there's anything you feel we've not addressed, feel free. If not, give a parting shot to our audience, or feel free to add anything. The platform is yours today.
I'd like to say a few things.
All right.
When I saw Trump humiliating Ramaphosa in the White House, that was a classic example of how African leaders are being treated when they go outside and have those meetings, whether it's in the White House or in the Buckingham Palace or in the UN meetings and all that. These white people, these white leaders from America, from Europe, even these Arabian leaders and Asian leaders, when an African president goes to them, they don't see you as anything. They have no regard for you. They have no respect for you. You know why?
Yes.
Because you're not going there on some ownership. You're not going there on some power talk. You're going there to borrow money. You're going there. Any deal. When you see a Western or an Eastern leader shaking hands with an African leader on a deal, most likely that deal has the African at the bottom and the non-African at the top.
Yep.
Another thing that I got from that exchange is how Ramaphosa was responding. You know, the main duty of a president is to protect your people. Not just physically, but also verbally. When someone from outside comes and says that there's a non-existent white genocide, and you're just sitting there like, you know what, I will look into it, and you need to go crazy. Like, you know, you need to fight.
Stand your ground.
You need to fight. You can't just let people come here and talk about your people. You can't. Then why are you president then? Why are you president? Why are you president and you're there just receiving attacks from this racist president, and you're just there like, yeah, you know, I'll look into it. No! You need to fight. I'm so sick and tired of these people coming, of African leaders always being emasculated when they're with a non-African leader. Image is very important.
Yeah.
Fight and stand up for your people. And I think the last thing that I want to say is that my mantra is always less is more. That's the only thing that has always driven me. The small things that you think are unimportant, those are the ones that make a difference. Less is more. And if there's one quote that I want to leave, is Black power is good in Africa, in Black America or in Black Europe, but it's great from its source. It's great from where it came from.
Yeah.
And it's more sustainable from where it came from, which is Africa. Don't build your Black power in America. Don't build your Black power in Europe. Look at what happened with the Tulsa Black Wall Street, where people burnt it down to ashes. Rosewood. Look at when you build Black power that is close to white proximity, you think they will let you compete with them?
Nope.
They will do whatever it takes to destroy you.
I mean, why do you think all these conservancies, we don't have Black people living next to them? I mean, don't build Black power.
Build Black power from where it came from.
The source.
Which is
The
Africa.
source.
This is where Black power came. This is the source. This is where it will be more sustainable.
Yeah.
So Black power is good in the African diaspora, but it's powerful, it's more sustainable, and it's great in Africa because Africa is its source.
Good.
Thank you for having me.
Appreciate it. Thank you so much. I don't take it for granted. We sat for this, couple of hours or minutes, just having another thought-provoking conversation. And I really do wish you well as you continue selling Africa to Africans, It's a very, very important initiative. And, I keep hosting some of our Black brothers and sisters from diaspora, and you see and feel the love they have for the motherland. And I think we are the firstborns now. What we need to extend is empathy. Because when I was having a conversation with Kia from Traverse, one of the things you can't also help is the way we undermine them. Because we feel like now they are coming to take up spaces that are not meant for them. We feel that they do not have the right to claim anything in the motherland. And I feel like we are the firstborns and the big brothers and sisters now. And what we need to do is extend empathy.
Yes.
And actually show them why this is the source. Because
Yes.
white supremacists will rejoice when they see Black people fighting each other. That is what they love seeing. They want to divide because they know divide and rule works magic.
They love it.
But we are not in the 60s anymore. So some of the things even within us need to change. We cannot continue rejoicing in divide and rule structures and systems. We need to be able to hold ourselves accountable and say, there is no way I can talk to someone who wants to come back to the source the way I want, and making them feel less of Africans. I don't think we will achieve much doing that. Yeah, so guys, what are your thoughts? Man, we have had great fun.
Oh, by the way, just a bit.
Go on.
I'm an ambassador for Journey Back to Eden.
Yes.
For Traverse Culture.
Yeah.
Kia is a very good friend of mine.
Good.
And she'll be mad if I don't say this.
No, feel free. She's our people. She's good people
yeah.
here. So say it.
If I know you have African diaspora funds.
Yes.
If you want to join, if you want to come to Kenya, there is an event called the Journey Back to Eden. It's late December and early January.
Yes.
Come, have fun, but most importantly, form a connection, socialize. And I don't want people to just come here and have fun only.
Yeah.
I want you to come here and learn Kenya and hopefully think about investment or relocation.
Good.
So go to tvas.com and go to JBE, Journey Back to Eden.
Yes.
Kia's team will take care of you. They'll handle everything.
They always do.
Yeah.
Those are our good people also. We love Kia. We've had her on the platform, I think, twice. And she's been able to enlighten us. So don't worry, I won't send her an invoice for that. She's an LNN person, and we appreciate her. But guys, as I was saying, had mad fun hosting Orina here on the platform. It's always good when you get to meet now these people face to face. I think we bump on our Instagram accounts here and there, and I just love what he does. So if you are in a position to check his work out, guys, his handles are on the screen for you. As he said, if you're interested in the journey back to the motherland, I'm just gonna plug in Kia's socials, also Traverse Culture, right there on the screen for you. Go and check them out. And talking of people in diaspora, what an amazing way to plug our sponsors of today's conversation. If in diaspora, you want to send money back home, guys, use Tap Send. I've always said if you use my promo code Lynn, it's right there on the screen. You will be able to get a bonus on the figures appearing on your screen right now. And if you want to send money back home also to invest in a piece of land, why don't you check our other partners at Golden Dreams Land and Properties Limited? You know them by now. You know their people. You know their team. They have properties in Makutano. Check out Ushindi Gardens. We launched it the other day. If not Makutano, don't worry. They have Matu, they have Masinga, and they also have Malindi for you. All the details are showing on your screen right now. And if you want to share your story with us, it's as simple as sending us that email, info@lnn.digital. Myself or EJ will be able to get back to you, and maybe, who knows, you will be with us here on our next episode of LNS, the Learn, Relearn, and Unlearn series. Okay, so I'm gonna catch you guys tomorrow, hopefully 10 a.m. If not, you'll see me at Kenyan Friends in the Park in UK. I can't wait also to interact with our diaspora brothers and sisters at Kenyan Friends in the Park 10th anniversary. Shout out to Lydia Tet Olet for bringing our African brothers and sisters together at that event. And I can't wait for us to also have conversations that matter. The details are on your screen right now. So shout out to my team for coming through, putting this together. We appreciate you, Scholar Naenda leave. So guys, I don't know if you'll see her anytime soon, but it is what it is. So I appreciate you guys. See you and take care. Bye.
Golden Dreams Land and Properties Limited, the leading real estate company in title deed issuance, welcomes you to Joy Gardens, Masinga. Just 10 minutes drive from Masinga town. Secure a 50 by 100 plot for only 230,000 cash price. In Success Gardens Makutano Phase 3, 50 by 100 plots are available for 750,000 cash price. All plots are close to social amenities with 98% neighborhood development, and prices are inclusive of title deed. Book your site visit now by calling 0726 004455 or 0718 004455. Golden Dreams Land and Properties Limited. Title deed is our DNA.